What's my favorite movie? Well, here's a clue. One of my favorite movies of all time is The Wizard of Oz. There's a whole cast of really cool characters. There's Dorothy Gale, she's the young girl who gets to go to the land of Oz. She's off on the Yellow Brick Road, she goes down and she meets the Scarecrow. And he doesn't have a brain, and he really wants a brain. And so Dorothy said, well, if the wizard can take me back to Kansas, maybe he can give you a brain. And the Scarecrow was like, great idea, I love that idea, perfect idea. So they go together, and they go back down the Yellow Brick Road, and they start down the way. And then there's the Tin Man, and the Tin Man doesn't have a heart. And the Tin Man is all like, I can't move, because he's all like stiff and he's not oiled up. And he says, hey, I really want to go with you guys to get a heart. So he goes with the two of them to find the wizard. And they keep going down the Yellow Brick Road, and then they come across a lion. And first you think this lion is like mean. He's rough, he's scary, he's supposed to be a lion, he's supposed to be proud, he's supposed to be strong, because he's actually a cowardly lion. And he is totally afraid, and he wants some courage, and he wants the noive, as he calls it. And then there's Glinda, she's the good witch, and she's all in pink, and she's all pretty, and she's all gentle and sweet, and she tells her that she should find the wizard. Then there's the Wicked Witch of the West, and she's green. Along the way, the Wicked Witch of the West is trying to stop them, she scares them, and she gets upset because Dorothy, when she landed in the land of Oz, her house landed on the Wicked Witch of the East. The Wicked Witch of the East died, and that's where she got the ruby slippers. It's because the ruby slippers were the Wicked Witch of the East slippers. And so they magically appeared on Dorothy's feet. And the Wicked Witch of the West said, all I care about is those slippers. But for some reason, the Wicked Witch of the West can't even touch them. And so that's why she's so angry with Dorothy the whole time. And it's very scary, now that I think about it. It's terrifying. Dorothy gets to wear the ruby slippers that are her sister's ruby slippers. And then there's the magical, powerful Wizard of Oz. But what we find out is actually he's just a small man who's behind a curtain, and he doesn't actually have any powers at all. And that's why Dorothy gets so upset, and she starts to cry because she realizes that she put all of this energy into finding the wizard, because everyone said that the wizard would be able to take her back to Kansas. He's kind of angry with them, and he doesn't want to help them, and they're like, we came all this way to get help, and you're not even gonna help us? But he doesn't even know how, and he doesn't know, and he doesn't have any powers, and it's so ridiculous. And then there's Toto. Everybody loves Toto. And then when they go to get into the hot air balloon, she doesn't get in on time, and she's not able to go back, and what's gonna happen to her? And so you don't know what's gonna happen, you don't know how she's gonna get back, and Glinda finally tells her that she had the power all along with her ruby slippers to just click them 3 times and go home. There's no place like home, and she has her eyes closed. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. And she says goodbye to all of her friends, the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man, and her very favorite, the Scarecrow, and she finally decides to go back home.
Okay. That's what I'm gonna use. You know me.
Cool.